Guys, I tell you, this Hollywood thing is going crazy. Okay, so apparently Kel Mitchell, also known as Kenan, has appeared on Shannon Sharpe's show. Now, he decided to spill some tea about his wife apparently getting pregnant during their marriage. And not only one time, she actually got pregnant by other men apparently inside of the marriage. And she decided not to tell him until she got one of them aborted. Messy. So, like I said, he sat down with Shannon Sharpe, and it seems like everyone that sit on that couch with tight pants, I mean Shannon Sharpe, seem to always get themselves in some mess. So, the wife definitely, or ex-wife, I can say, came out and decided to spill her tea on Kel. Let's see what she got to say, because this is messy.
So, Kel, who is this person that was pregnant? Because it was not me. Like, who was this? And then other thing is, like, how do you remember all these pregnancies, but you don't remember your kids for like years? Like, I don't even know, 13, I don't know, 14. And then how do you remember all these pregnancies, but you don't remember Nick, in my cheerleading outfit, right? Like, how does your memory work exactly? Remember that I lost my virginity to you? Do you remember that? So your memory is interesting. So I think we should, let's figure out, let's sit down. Let's have a sit down and let's think about, this memory. I have a few items that might, jog your mind to help you with some of that memory. I don't know if this is like, beginning Alzheimer's or something, but yeah, let's talk about it though, because I'm ready. Physically, mentally abusive. Do you remember that you used to beat me and hit me and choke me and strangle me when I would come out the hospital because I have sickle beta thalassemia disease? Do you remember that? Do you remember that you were addicted to sex? Do you remember that? Do you remember me catching you with a man? Do you remember that? Do you remember you using the money that I created to pay for an entire woman's place? Do you remember that? Do you remember, taking the kids to Chicago and not telling me? Do you remember unilaterally filing for divorce and then moving back in with your mistress? Do you remember that? It's just, your memory is so strange. Like, do you remember that you didn't have any money for 5 years and the studio, basically told everybody that you were dead? And so I had to write a pilot for you. Do you remember that I wanted to be a mathematician, but instead I decided to be in a rap group with you? Do you remember that? Do you remember that when no one else was talking about you, I produced and wrote Kel Videos Live? Do you remember? Do you remember I also wrote and produced Ganked? Do you remember that? Do you remember that movie that you did with Cedric the Entertainer? The one that I gave you? Do you remember that you took that and you sold it for $2,500? Do you remember that? Because your memory is so interesting to me, because I don't know why you didn't remember that I don't even like bodily fluids. So that I was actually relieved to find out when you were cheating. When I found out you were cheating, I was relieved. Did you remember that?
Hold up. Did his ex-wife just say she was relieved that he was cheating? The accusations that she allegedly putting on him, I think Kel should have stayed off of Shannon Sharpe's couch. Because if he wouldn't have said those accusations, she wouldn't have came out and said it. Anyway, I remember when she came out and said that him and Nick Cannon was caught together. And Kel was actually wearing her cheerleader outfit when she caught them. This is all allegedly. Don't shoot the messenger. But let me know what you guys think. And I'm going to be keeping an eye on this story. See you later.